So also because of Verizon, tonight's episode will be kind of quiet. Bringing up music and crap like that, that's really hard. The lag is real. So welcome to 1 year anniversary, everybody. We are literally like last week was our official 1 year anniversary. And so a year since we have campaign. I don't think it's going to take us a year to finish it, but this is good. Oh, there goes the unstable internet connection. Yeah, your guys' faces were amazing. I love it.
You're welcome.
Stupid. I see it on the screen above. Zoom just goes unstable internet connection. I'm like, yeah. Okay. Bear with me. This is gonna be a fun episode, guys. Fun episode.
It's too accurate. This face.
Ladies and gentlemen, here we go. So last week, the week before last, when we played, we had done, it was pretty much a soul-searching episode. Everybody got a chance to uncover more about themselves, their past, to really kind of unlock new potential, new talents. Grim worked with Hiccup and was able to fully integrate her lightsaber into her metal arm, which now she has a cool, badass lightsaber to fight with. Estrella was able to do a lot of soul and reconnect with Lunas, but at a much deeper, more personal level. And as such, we saw her manifest wings for a brief moment. She was able to fly as Lunas's wings became her own. We saw with Eli and Mud, the two of them just become training buddies as Eli reacquainted himself with being a captain and fighting the good fight and lifting and all of these things, where that he is now 100% comfortable wearing this heavy coat that he has created out of Kiva Lass's armor pieces. And because of that, the more he continues to train, the faster and stronger he will become. They will become permanent traits as a part of Yasin's character. Kieran trying to literally make himself whole again as he gains control over his spirit powers, did manage to manifest the rest of his body, the missing pieces. The more he meditated, the more he concentrated, he was able to create a full body, filling in his gaps with this ethereal spirit form that could come with some interesting additional powers and abilities as he progresses. Keladri, going up into her roost, took time to dive deep into herself and try to connect with this kyber crystal that her grandmother embedded into her heart. And the more she started to make contact with it, she realized that it was connecting to her younger self, the child that was once carefree, not having been abused by her grandmother, by Narshan, growing up on the streets. By reconnecting with that child, she was able to start to tap into the power that her grandmother always wanted for her, the ability to open portals. And right now, it's manifesting as a kind of misty step or a thunder step, if you will, in D terms, this ability to teleport. But she does it literally through opening a rift, a small rift in front of her. And as she travels through it, the rift will open right now about a few feet in front of her. She's able to move across the ship without having to walk. Wouldn't recommend taking another human with you just yet, but that could come in time. And Mud, our last character, Mud, having this moment with Kieran on the deck as the two of them reconnect about their time before this party, before Grim, Yasin, and Estrella. And they relive some moments of death and trauma, and also reinvigorated each other's hope for changing the future, and realizing that they're already changing it, being who they are and where they are right now. And then Yasin come up and just joins this big group hug as he captains the ship and takes her into port. And then the two of you each make it to your destinations. One to the dwarven mines embedded deep in a mountain of iron and steel. And on the other side, a lush valley filled with lizard folk, dragonborn, and in the distance you saw two full great dragons, a green and a white one, as everyone went through this kind of a morning salutation, this ritual greeting as the sun rose. And then the dragons dipped into the valley. And that's where we will start, because as your boats docked, neither side was greeted with a lot of warmth. In fact, everyone was suspicious. Everybody wanted to know why you were there. And one side called for a sacrifice to gather up the crew of the ships as a sacrifice. And so we will start with that crew on the island of the dwarves. Kieran, Yasin, and Mud. We begin with you tonight. Your party has been called for a sacrifice. And you can start to see these armored dwarves. And now these dwarves are not but they're also not short. Like in the realm of height, just to kind of put this into perspective, dwarf probably around Yasin's chest, give or take. For Mud, I mean, everything is short to Mud. But for Yasin and Kieran, these guys and gals are kind of about up to your chest, and they're broad. These are stocky dwarves. Very broad-shouldered, thick arms. Their armor, their weapons, everything about them that they're carrying feels heavy. They seem like they're in a constant war with gravity, and in order to combat that, they have become thick and strong. And so they are intimidating despite their size. They're an intimidating force that marches up to the boat as the gangplank comes down, and immediately you see a woman break from the pack. She has red hair, armor that shines green and purple. You notice that there are jewels and gemstones embedded into this armor. The armor itself, the metal, looks like it's a gold onyx mix. It's dark gold with like a black undershine to it, if you will. Like as the morning sun hits her armor, it kind of goes between black and gold as it shines. And then there's inlaid green and purple jewels all throughout it. She carries herself quite regally. And you all notice that as she walks past the ranks of these dwarves, they all bow to her. They're very subtle nods, some salutes. Everybody shows her respect as she marches up. And she gets right up to the gangplank for the ship, and she looks up at the party. What brings you here to our shores, Outlanders?
Captain, Admiral.
Yeah, Mud just kind of pushes Yasin forward, like,
Captain?
oh no.
He's like, just, no, that's good. You there, Yasin?
They're frozen.
Are they frozen?
Oh.
Oh no.
Either that or he's really good at staying still. I didn't notice it was frozen because Eli was just like,
I'm supposed to be with the one with the bad internet connection. What's up? Okay, we see thumbs. Thumbs are good.
We can't hear you guys.
Whoa. Yeah. Eli just keeps moving from place to place really fast.
Yeah, they're frozen.
Or at least, yeah, something's wrong on their end.
Yeah.
All right.
We asked the wrong person.
Fun.
We're gonna try to fix it.
Yeah.
That is
Okay,
what they
cool.
said.
All right.
So-
Well, it's just like,
Bye.
what a night.
Look at us trying to push the person who can't actually do anything to the door.
Yasin, say something.
Y'all
Say
both
something,
said,
Okay.
crap, he's frozen.
We could conspirate, conspire
Not even close.
on like what we're going to say to this person. Because we can't
Conspire.
again.
Conspire?
Yes, it's conspire. It took me a minute to get there too.
Yeah.
Tap.
Mud is no good with words.
Might have to get good with her.
I have something to say whenever they get back. I mean, or we can continue.
They disappeared to get all together.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're trying. I'm sure they're resetting their router. We'll keep moving on. And so the woman, she looks up at poor Yasin, who's just a little bit frozen as everyone's kind of pushed him forward, and he sort of just freezes in place for a hot second. I do not like repeating myself. Why have you come to our shores? My people have called for sacrifice. It is on the table, believe me.
I'll step forwards and kind of like showcase the damage, just like leaving it like kind of bare and open to see. Hopefully that'll give me some intimidation points.
Is that what you're trying to do? Roll intimidation.
All right, yeah.
Yeah, I'll even give you advantage. I'll give you advantage for it. Let's see what happens.
Well, it's intimidation, not with the intent of like jostling, but like just showing intention and like grit to this.
Okay.
9.
All right. Continue.
Oh, that was
Intimidate.
advantage. Oh, yeah, that's definitely an advantage. That was a nat 1 on the other roll. His voice cracks. Hi. Excuse me. We come on behalf of Burke, and we seek to
Because he was dead before.
find a way to peace.
Looks like Eli and Emily, you guys look a lot better now.
Okay,
Cool.
good.
We turned it
It's
off.
all good now.
Tech genius.
From Burke, you say. Interesting. I do not remember requesting an envoy from Burke to come to our shores. Who are you? All of you.
Where is
Captain Yasin reporting for duty.
Admiral.
Oh yeah.
Admiral. At this time, Hiccup's uncle, he's coming upstairs from the lower decks. Remember, all of you were up early. You saw the sunrise, you landed, and so most of the crew is just now kind of waking up and realizing that Yasin has brought them to port. And so he's literally just waking up and has no idea what the shit's going on. He's got about another few seconds before it kicks in.
it? Kicks in.
Who are you?
We are travelers on behalf of another realm. You
Well,
have
that's an interesting way of putting it, but I for your name. I'll speak plainly since you all seem to be slow and simple. Names. I've got Admiral Yasin over there. Interesting. Fine. Good. Next.
I am Kieran. And
Kieran.
Mud's going to step up behind. I'm sorry. Mud's going to step up behind both of them and just be like, "This." She's going to also try to intimidate because she doesn't like people being disrespectful to her friends. So she's going to be like, "The name's Modrim," and just kind of be as big as possible.
Roll intimidation with advantage.
Yeah. Okay. Ooh, that's a dirty 20.
Okay. When I counter rolled for her for Kieran's, she rolled that.
Oh no.
She's not impressed with any of you. And you can see that as you stand up taller, you watch her stand up taller. And it's impressive because she has more tall to stand. And you realize that she is
Tall for a small person.
she's taller than all the other dwarves that are there. She's probably got a good head on them, bringing her into the size of a short human, if you will. For a dwarf, she's massive. And then she looks at all of you, and she goes, "From Burke, you say, and yet none of you are from Burke." And it's at this time that you hear, "If I may." "Ah, your kind. I was hoping you had come. I'm about ready to throw this rabble into the pit and sacrifice them to our gods. But hey, now that you're here, we might throw you all into the pit and sacrifice you to our gods." I understand, lady. Please, allow me to introduce my welcoming party. Kieran, Mud, and Admiral Yawson. They're here at the request of Chief Hiccup, as am I. We wish to speak with you about securing peace between our nations. Yes, they said as much. Your repeating does not make it sit better in my mind. Be that as it may, as this is the diplomatic mission, I was hoping that perhaps we could engage in talking rather than sacrifice. I could be persuaded. For those of you that don't know me, my name is Lady Astoria. I am a princess to these mountains, daughter of a king. My words carry the weight of my father. So I say to you all, are you willing to prove just how peaceful you are?
we are. We're willing to see what offers and challenges may befall us. And I'll kind of step forward a little bit.
Okay. At least he has a pair of rocks. Good. I'd invite you all to follow me. I'll tell you this. Whether or not you are sacrificed this evening will come down to how well you handle one simple challenge. Come, we'll talk more when we get there. Guards, you know what to do. And 3 guards, well, 4 technically, come up to all of you and Yormkind, and they have shackles in their hands. Do you accept the shackles?
Kieran's like,
Mud does.
one arm?
The dwarf looks at you with his 2 shackles and he's like, "Oh,
Here,
Um,
I'll I'll clip one on, and then I'll clip the second one on my other arm, my same arm, and
Just clip. And he's like, just walks away disappointed. Mud, you nodded, so you take.
Yeah, can they fit?
They're tight. It's a tight fit, but it just clinks around your wrist. Yormkind immediately holds his hands out, and you see them click around his. I'm assuming Yasin will also be shackled. I do not see him on camera, but
Yeah, he'll be right back. I'll jump in. He'll do it.
I'll like
Yeah, no
whisper
worries.
to Mud as I'm like looking. I'm like, hey, look, ceremonial bracelets.
Little tight though.
She's taking- Well, now that you are all properly garbed, follow me. And Princess Astoria leads you all from the dock. The others will stay on the boat, and you see the crew try to follow behind. We will keep a contingent of dwarven warriors here to make sure that they don't get any ideas. And there's a dwarf for each of you, 2 for Mud, that follow you with the princess, and then the other contingent stays at the dock. And they just sort of take this guard position to make sure no one can get aboard or off without passing through their ranks. About half a dozen dwarves, in case you're. And so you to the mines.
Do I fit in these lines?
If there's anything that you all can quickly understand, dwarven architecture.
I was saying that was a little bit choppy. Hello? We see you on the phone, but we can't really hear. It was like choppy and the other one's frozen.
There. Are we back?
Yep.
Okay, cool. Okay, cool. There we go. And just it's just in case. See, we kept that to hold the thing. Yeesh. So we're back. Yay. This episode is not right about Verizon because Verizon sucks shit. That crap goes like suck shit.
Try
Everybody.
try switching your audio to your phone and then mute your computer setup. Maybe.
That's a good idea. I'm going. And I will. Yeah.
It's tricky because it's coming through the mic and it's got the like reverse sound noise canceling thing through the computer, but not through the phone. The computer video is going smoothly, so maybe the audio will work again. They're both muted at this point. Going to. Hang on. Yeah. We'll figure it out. Evil overlord Verizon attacks again. Try unmuting the computer and let's just see if that will work again.
I have it muted.
I mean, it turned down.
There we go.
How's that?
Okay, is that better? We good?
Yeah, we're back.
Okay, it's gonna be fun. It's gonna be a fun night. Okay, here you
I
go.
don't know why I can hear you from here because it's all down.
I don't know. It's weird.
Ah,
Uh,
I'm more angry now.
okay, so just all right, here we go. So, where did it leave off? Where did I break up?
We were being guided off to, I guess, the mines, right? That's all.
Yeah. Yes. So 6 guards left to watch the boat being carried off to the mines. Mud's like, can I fit? Yes, Mud can fit. Because as you all approach this entrance to the mine, you all realize that dwarven architecture, despite the stature of the people, is huge. It towers. This door that you walk through is massive, and you hear it just kind of as it opens inward, easily 20, 30 feet tall with this door. And it leads into this cavernous hallway that again is just 30 feet high, 20 feet wide. All of you feel dwarfed inside of this space. Welcome to the Great Hall. You will find that no one here will help you if you decide to try and escape. Sorry, the dwarf joke. In this realm, you will see that we are the lords of all rock and earth. Above you, if you can peer and perceive stone like a dwarf, you will notice the green and purple gems, same which adorn my armor. These here are precious to our family. That's why they are here. Come, I will not give a big tour, but I will show you to the furnaces where we will forge together.
Do I recognize anything about these stones having any kind of like having connection to like basically geology?
Roll history for me.
Oh, that is a lot. It's 24.
You don't just recognize these stones, you know them. They are the same rocks and composition that you have found in your home of basalt. In fact, I swear this mine was cut out of a mountain near where your village was. And the internet connection is unstable.
I got most of that, I think.
Okay, so yeah, it's it reminds you of home. It is home. The same, you can bend down and pick up one of the rocks since you're not actually tied to anything. And as you do, the feel of it, the smell of it, the taste of it, it's home. The only thing here that you do not recognize as being a part of your home is the green and purple gemstones that are embedded in the ceiling. That is new and unique to this realm.
Interesting. I'll kind of like pick up some of the rocks, like I said, and I'll just kind of hold on to them.
What's your passive perception?
Passive perception is 14.
As you're leaving this main hall chamber, the group is being guided into a smaller tunnel. And you notice that the tunnels shrink rather drastically as kind of these smaller inlets from one place to another. And as you get ready to pass by smaller inlets, you see another Genasi. Same gray skin tone as yourself. You recognize him as being an Earth Genasi, and in fact, by the garb that he wears, you recognize him as being from Basalt. And just as you're getting ready to say or do something, you feel a tug on your arm, and it's the embarrassed soldier who is guarding you, going, "Ah," and he pulls you through the tunnel.
I'm gonna
I'm
pull.
going to quit playing
others-
music. There's
Oh. Did someone say something? Okay.
go ahead, Yasin. Sorry.
I was.
Yeah, it was me. I was mumbling.
Say I'm gonna pull on Kieran's other sleeve and be like, "Is that your cousin?" Yeah, on the nub.
Not quite sure. I don't recognize him, but I know he's from Basalt. Or maybe he knows how this mountain. And I'll just kind of like pause there and trail off as he's like trying to piece all the parts together. He's evidently having a conversation in his head. Sorry, there's a lot here to unpack.
I got you, man, but he might be on our side because he's Faerunian, if you're right about being from Basalt.
Yeah.
He might be able to help us.
As you all continue walking through this small tunnel, it opens up into another large space. This space is tiered. You notice that you're kind of in concentric squares, if you will. I know this sounds weird because concentric circles is normally what you think of, but instead there's squares, and you're in the smallest square, and it gets bigger and bigger and bigger as it opens up. And as you look far deep into the largest square, like it just gets big and vast, you can see these giant machines with lava flowing down off of them. It reminds you of what was below Hyrule, with the lava coming out of the mountain through the machines that were pumping it into the statue that was there, this lava weeper face. There's no face or anything on these walls, just machines with giant pistons moving up and down, siphoning lava from the mountain, pushing them into kind of troughs that carry them down and around through to other areas where you see dwarves just hammering stone and metal and kind of working on various objects in the background. Too far to really tell exactly what they're doing, but you hear the princess going, "Welcome to our forge. Out here we produce all without a mountain. This is the most safe for our dwarven kind. This is where we see your internet connection is stable." There we go. I think it's back. Okay.
No.
Just such shit. This area is where we decide if you are worthy of friendship or sacrifice. This is simple. Who among you wishes to step forward as the champion?
Mud just like instinctively steps
Uh-huh.
forward.
He is labeled as champion in other realms, so
You were working.
Good. Good. I like this. You are the big one. You are a Goliath, are you not? Mud? It?
Yes, I am from the mountains of Faerun.
I am unfamiliar with your mountains, but the mountain is a mountain. And you are a mountain. But you are not all Goliath, are you? There's something different about your blood.
I am not full Goliath, but I have a full Goliath heart.
We shall see. Where I come from, we have giants as well. And I can tell you, no giant has ever beat me in a one-on-one fight against the stone. And you see her start to crack her neck and shoulders. And as she does, just like without asking, other dwarves come up behind her and start to unlatch different pieces of her shoulder armor. They remove her cape,
Oh, no.
they remove her breastplate, and underneath she's just wearing a simple tunic, very form-fitting to her. Her arms are exposed, and you can see just how cut this dwarven princess is. She is a model of perfection. Her body is perfectly sculpted, and as an hammer, she kind of and goes heavier, and they out a hammer very similar to yours. It's in size, weight. She grabs this and she grabs this will challenge is simple, Goliath. We will break stones until one of us passes out. Who goes first is champion. If I win, you and your friends will be thrown into the lava as a sacrifice to our gods in order to purify this holy place you have defiled with your presence. However, if you win, you will prove in yourself true masters of the stone and to be here and to seek audience with myself and my others. Are these acceptable terms?
Yes.
I go up to Mud. I'm like, you sure about this?
I've got this.
I nod and I step back respectfully.
If your friends interfere, it will be immediate forfeit. All right, let's begin. And she kind of moves closer where some of the forges are, about a few more feet in. And the guards all kind of tug on your chains a little bit, so the whole party moves forward. But one guard comes up to you, Mud, and just kind of clink, clink. Do you require a hammer, or will you be using the one you came in with?
I'll be using.
Okay, it's good size. I think it's good. It's good. And this dwarf just sort of steps back. You all do still have your weapons. It's all equipped. Nothing's been taken from you. They feel pretty confident. Looks like your phone died.
Yep.
Yeah. Okay. Good times. Good times. So in front of Princess Astoria is a rock, a giant one.
Okay.
This will be a trial by it, if you will. No one has ever fully dismantled this piece of rock, but we measure our worth and strength by how big of a chip we can make from it. You understand, yes?
She just nods. Yeah.
Being as you are a guest here, you can go first. I will give you first crack at the stone. You will be using your strength, either strength saving or athletics modifier, depending on use. So,
Stay the same, so it's fine.
oh, look at you! Isn't it nice? As I progress through this challenge,
Mhm.
You tired. And as you get tired, you will get exhausted. And as you get exhausted, you will start throwing with disadvantage.
Mud doesn't get excited.
The stone has an HP.
Ah,
Consecutively, within 5 hits, takes out the most HP from it, will win the challenge.
a 5 hit?
It's I don't even know if we have internet. Okay, we do. I can't even tell. You guys are.
Yeah. We're here.
All right, I appreciate it. Are you ready to begin?
Warm up dice. Yeah.
One of those dice.
Okay.
You see this kind of shaman looking dwarf come up between the two of you and hold up his hands. Trial by stone. Mud will be the first to take a crack at it. You may go. And you just kind of watch him bow and move away with his robes. Literally, his robes are like almost like up to his fingers and everything. Everything is so oversized on this guy. You just see the princess kind of twirl her hammer, put it down, and just rest on it like, all right.
Mud's just gonna kind of shrug off hers and like catch it down where it comes off. And she's going to prep for it. So I just roll.
Roll and add your modifier to it. Your athletics modifier.
Okay. There's no like an AC thing or nothing. Okay, cool.
This is about pure power. You can do anything you want to increase your power. Wanted to use an ability, if you want to like, you do things, use your full kit. But at the end of the day, you'll be rolling, adding your modifier, and then doing whatever else you want to do on top of that. So
Okay. Cool. I would like to rage.
rage.
Gonna get herself all pumped up and then just like scream sort of thing, and just she's going to rage. And
Okay.
does a form of the beast automatically come with that?
You have
Or-
to choose one.
Okay, yeah. So I'm just gonna use my claws just because it's a little more grip. You know.
Yep. So as you're prepping and pumping, you're just kind of just battle roaring as you're holding your hammer. And the princess looks impressed. She kind of gets this look on her face like, there's nothing Goliath in there. As your rage starts to manifest in claws that elongate from you, your forearms get thicker and like just boom, like the bones just jut out more in order to accommodate these massive paws that you have. And you feel the weight of the hammer get just a little bit lighter in your hands as your adrenaline is pumped up.
Okay.
Take your first swing.
I don't know if that does anything though. Like raging. Is that any?
It does mean you go into frenzy. I think the rage by itself.
It's just for flavor then. Okay. 13.
13. As you rage and roar and your beast just comes out, you wield your hammer back and you just slide one hand to the other, boom, and this just resounding boom. You can just hear this almost gong-like sound. And as your hammer makes contact, you realize that this is not rock that you hit. It has rock on the outside, like little crumbly bits that fall away, but you feel it bounce back against a hard metal. This feels like iron or steel or some combination. It is solid under there. And you hear the princess look at you and laugh. Weren't expecting to hit something harder than that, were you? Good try. Good effort. I like it. She kicks up her hammer. She goes, now let me show you how one born of the stone does this. And she rolls and gets a 15. She has a plus 10 to hers.
Very
And so
nice.
she just does this overhead hit, and you watch her hammer bounce back, and there's this a little bit of a spark of fire. And you see the little dwarf shaman comes up. Round one of trial by stone, even for both sides. Round two. And he backs away.
I go again.
You go again.
Okay. My goodness. All right. Ooh. 15 plus 9.
24.
24.
Okay.
I like you today. You're gonna keep right here next to me.
Do you change your technique up? Do you go for the same spot?
No, I'm actually gonna follow what she did and go up like for an upwards or straight down slice. Slice. Hammer.
Slice. Hammer. As you do, as you bring the hammer down, this mighty roar bellows from you, and the cavern shakes for a second as your hammer makes contact with this iron ore. Boom! And you feel the hammer sink in just a little bit, and you hear the dwarves around you go, "Oh!" As you have made a dent into this piece. And the princess, she's okay, nice. This is going to be a small challenge for me.
But does nothing small.
You see her pick up the hammer, and one-handed, she just goes, whoa, and she swings it around her head, boom, and digs it into the other side. Her hit being a 21 that she gets. And again, you see, boom, she puts a dent into it right under where you put yours. And then, and you see the little dwarf shaman come out. Ooh, this is a tight match. I think the giant is winning by just a fissure. Just the smallest of cracks, not a crevasse, but just a little crack in there. Round two goes to the giant. And you see Princess Astoria just spit to the side. Round three commences. And now. And he steps back.
I can't with this guy. There's not much I can do with this. I'm just gonna keep going. Yeah. That's a 1.
Okay, cool.
That is a natural 1. You know what? I was being
On to the Dutch chair.
You go onto the chair. You have forsaken me.
What's your technique behind this one?
There's no technique apparently.
I mean, are you trying to one-handed? Are you trying to do the same overhead strike, same area?
Yeah, Maud's gonna try to do something stupid and one-handed, not knowing exactly what she's doing with this challenge. Any other person or crumbly, squishy thing, it would have worked, but yeah.
As you one-hand this and you make contact with this metal, you feel your grip loosen just a little bit, and it slides away, not fully out of your grasp. You just kind of feel boom, and you kind of catch it and bring it back and hope that nobody notices, but you lose a lot of strength in keeping hold of your weapon, doing that bounce back. And you see the shaman dwarf come up. Round three goes to Princess Astoria. 1-1 is the official vote, with the first one being tied. It's anybody's game. 2 rounds left.
Oh no. I'm not so confident anymore, guys. We might be going into lava. Yay.
And you hear the shaman look at the other dwarves, and the dwarves, most of them off the forge, have stopped and have moved over to see the giant and their princess do battle against this piece of iron. And you just hear the shaman kind of go, stone or die, stone or die. And they all pick up, stone or die, stone or die. Round 4 commences now.
Am I going first again?
You're going first.
Okay. Well, Mud's not going to let that happen again, so she's going to grab both hands on this. And she's gonna go with the strike that she did best the first time. Let's see how that goes.
Okay.
Okay. 13 plus 9, so that's 22.
Yes, 22.
Yeah. I like you. Thank you.
As you go for your tried and true technique, I'm going to go back to what it was. You hit the same spot you hit before, and you see a crack open up in the metal, just kind of and flow its way down. And the princess looks at you and she goes, huh. Okay. Let's see how this rolls for me. That is a 19 that she rolls. And as she goes for her hit, boom, you see sweat drip down her face. And she gets a crack into the rock as well, but it's not as deep as yours, not nearly as far.
Right.
And you see the shaman come and go, ah, the next point goes to our giant Mud, in just ahead of the princess with 1 round remaining. Princess, if you do not tie it up, then Mud and her friends will be worthy. It's anyone's game in trial by stone. And he sort of backs away as he's doing his own echo. Final round, final hit.
Would it be cheating if I use my rockets and my hammer? Yeah, no, I'm not gonna do it because she might get upset about that.
You can try.
No, I'll show that off to them later. Don't worry about it. We're gonna become friends. It's gonna be fine. Don't worry about it.
Before you get ready to swing, as you lift your hammer, you hear a horn bellow throughout the chamber. And instantly, everyone but the princess drops to one knee. And you see the princess just kind of take her hammer and just sort of get very solemn with how she's holding it. And from the highest point of where the lava flows, walking down in heavy steps, is a dwarven lord dressed in gold and black onyxed armor. His red cape flows behind him, trailing against the steps as he walks down. Upon his head, he wears a massive crown. And you hear whispers around, Lord Fafnir, oh, it's I, King Fafnir, no, fuck, he's coming down.
Mud's going to actually flip her hammer around to put the head on the ground,
Yep.
and she is going to kneel to him.
How does the rest of the party react to what's going on in the chamber?
Lame.
I'll stand kind of at ease, but I won't. I'm not gonna kneel. I'll just kind of like put my one arm behind, like kind of casual, and just kind of like lower a little bit, but not like full kneel.
Yasin?
I think I'm gonna follow Kieran's lead and not full kneel. Buckle in.
Mud wants to seem smaller. Kneeling, she's probably the size of them, so whatever. It's fine.
As the king makes his way down, a lot of the attendants come up to him and try to, do, oh sir this and oh sir that, and you just watch him wave away each of the dwarves that come up to him until he walks down to where the stone is. He looks at his daughter. And he looks at Mud. You are right to bow in my presence. And then looks back to the rest of the party. You have brought them into our chambers. Why? Father, I believed that they could prove themselves or be sacrificed. I thought it would be fun. Yes, fun. Rather than consulting your king and father, you took it upon yourself to bring in outsiders, knowing my displeasure. Father, please, silence. I am your king. And immediately you watch her just up to one knee in the most reverential bow. And all the dwarves that can hear him all drop to one knee. Like there's a stillness over the cavern. Because of this, the final strike will have the most weight to it. I do not care what the score is. Do not tell me, shaman, back away. As you see the shaman kind of move forward to, he's got like 4-3 in his hand, and that kind of a thing. And he backs away. Yes, my lord. You each strike the stone together. If it does not break, you will all die. Father, no one has ever. I have spoken.
That sounded like it was that. That was weird.
Break this stone, or you will all die. He comes up to you, Mud.
Mm-hmm.
If there is to be peace, we must work together, no?
She just nods.
Then you and my daughter will break this stone and there will be peace. Or you will fail, and I will have peace. And King Fafnir backs away. Proceed. Do what you wish. Prepare how you like. Break this stone. And now we move to the other side of the realm.
Yep.
To Keladri, Grim, and Estrella, who have just made landfall at the realm of the dragons. And you see Hiccup kind of picking up a couple of notes and some scrolls and things in his hands. All right, I got everything that I need.
It sounded like it came from that.
Okay, I can do this. I can do this. I can do this. They're just dragons. They're just dragons on 2 legs. Dragons on 2 legs. I can talk to dragons. Dragons on 2 legs. The fuck is a dragon on 2 legs? Okay, here we go. All right, follow me, everyone. As the boat kind of moves ashore, he gets up to the top, and very similar to our other party, you're all greeted by a group of dragonborn. These are high dragonborn, and you know that because Hiccup is going, those are high dragonborn. They're different. If you look, you notice that they have wings and tails, and they're very dragon-like snouts. If you look at some of the lesser dragonborn, they either have one or the other, wings or a tail, rarely both. And the lizard folk, well, they're just a lot smaller. You can tell by their slight size or bone structure. They're not dragon people at all. Just lizard people. Shut up now. Anyway, two of the dragonborn come up to you, and you notice that they've walked from like the very back, moving through the village, acknowledging a couple of people as they do so. And you notice that their features, unlike the high dragonborn that have all taken this kind of honor guard position to either side of the gangplank, these two are very soft featured, almost as if part human. There's a lot of human elements in their cheekbones are high. There's a scale pattern to them, but their snouts are shorter. Their horns are less. Their wings are more slender. There definitely is another trait to that you notice. One male and one female as they walk up, and they bow nodding their heads to the party, and you see bow in return. What does the party do?
They bowed, you said?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. A slight head nod kind of thing, I guess.
Okay.
Like,
I'm gonna try to match their level of bow to be respectful.
Okay, and Kelladry?
Yeah, I'm just
Occurred
like bow.
All right. Grim is immediately put in shackles and thrown into the pit. No, I'm kidding. All of you, you all show respect in your own way, which is good. The two highborn dragons, I will call them, just to separate themselves from the others. The female speaks first. Hello. Welcome to our shores. I trust you had a safe voyage. Oh, of course, we did. A pleasure to see you again, Lady Fair. And you as well, Hiccup.
oh,
I
they know
see
each
you.
other.
I see you have brought other friends to join us for our discussions. Yes, these are my friends. And he motions to all. This is Grim, Estrella, Kelladry. They're here from another realm, much like some of your people are. Indeed. I see you are Faerunian, yes?
Yes. Aren't we all?
Yeah.
Is Leia?
Yeah, Kelly.
Kelladry, yes.
Kelladry! I was like, what's the character's name?
Yeah.
Kelladry.
It is nice to see others from our home realm, though I am saddened that you are here. I take it is because of the incursions happening across the realms. Faerun probably has not fared well since we were last there. Do you bring news of home? What has happened?
Well, we haven't been there in a month, which means probably like 50 years, so. Hey!
I understand. Perhaps much has changed. Let me introduce you to my mate. I am Fair, and he is Kellen. And you see Kellen just bow slightly again, as he's referred to, but he doesn't speak. He just stares at all of you. Kellen is wearing green robes with scaling that kind of has a greenish shimmer to it, whereas Fair has robes that she wears, her scales modeling the same sort of colors about them. She looks at Hiccup. I take it you wish to see the Dragon Queen this evening? If it wouldn't be too much trouble, Lady Fair. I suppose if the internet can holds, it won't be much trouble for them. Every time I just watch it pop up and it goes unstable, and I'm like, damn it. How much
It
is getting
wasn't this
through?
unstable when you were talking to the other ones for a while.
I swear.
They weren't ready for the story to be over on that side.
If you will follow, I will be glad to give you a small tour of our village. I am eager to know more about what is happening amongst the realms. Come, follow me. And Hiccup kind of motions for the party to move ahead of him so that you can be closer to the two highborn dragons. So as you follow, you're being led through the village. You can see that very much like an indigenous tribe, people are going about working on building more huts to live in, gathering food. You see people going out to start fishing. A few dragonborn are taking to the sky with spears in their hands, perhaps going off in other directions to hunt. It feels very much like a refugee camp, but one that's doing very well. These people are sustaining themselves. They're taking care. Yes, Grim.
Why are they acting like they just got there? Did they just get there?
Is that a question you wish to ask?
Yeah, I guess I'll ask whoever I'm closest to, whichever high dragon person.
They
I'm
walk together. They're walking together, and you notice that they even move in the same step
okay.
together.
I guess I'll just talk to them both and be like, how long have you been here that you're still making houses?
Ah, you noticed that, did you? A wise eye, Grim. As we move further in, you'll see more established parts of our community, but out here, we have expanded recently. We believe that most of Faerun and other realms have all collided. And as such, we gain new people every month or so, much like how you have arrived with your party in this season. Though I am glad to say that you arrived in Burke. We have little room to expand farther beyond, as we are already pressed against the sea.
How long have you been taking refugees in?
We've been taking refugees now for the better part of 20 years. That is when my mate and I first arrived. We are the oldest of the refugees, perhaps the first casualties of the incursion. Time travels differently between realms. I think you have noticed this. When 20 years have passed for us, we have noticed have been longer in some realms and shorter in others. So it is simply how long we've been here, but not how long the
How long the what?
I'm afraid you broke up there. Your connection was a little off. I blame the demons of Viridion on that.
Oh, how long? No, I don't even remember my question.
Oh, that's terrible. Thanks for rising. Yeah. As you continue to follow the two, you move past the outer shores, where you notice a lot of building is taking place deeper in, which is closer to the valley. And you notice that within the valley, there is a sense of settlement that they have been some time. You see traders moving and forth between different homes and stalls, trading their goods and wares, craftsmen working outside on leathers and armor and jewelry. It's very much like an open bazaar throughout most of where you're being taken. You can even smell cooking happening as different stalls start to get the morning meals ready for the villages as people start coming in for breakfast and so forth. And in the distance, where you can see that you're being led, is a castle that is really built into this valley wall that kind of raises up. And you notice that rather than being like a castle, it is more carvings of the essence of a castle, the shape of it, but built deep into the valley.
So it's like carved out of the earth.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Can I ask them about if they created that or if that was there?
Yeah, you can ask. And you see Lady Faye, she turns to Lady Fair, rather Fair, not Faye, Fair. She turns to you and she goes, it was here when we arrived. We have made it larger and more accommodating in the years. It is where our queen resides and many of our higher nobility. Though we are not so segregated in class, it is more about those who are best suited to dealing with the crisis at hand.
Okay.
You ask many questions, Grim, but you are young, just to be expected. I have a question for you and your party. What brings you to our shores?
Anybody else want to answer this one?
Please do
I
not all
mean,
speak at once.
honestly, the only thing I could think of was to say was an instrument, but then I remember it's like a sword that plays music or something. I can't remember.
It is. It's a dagger. Yes. It is.
I was like,
it
a
is
sword.
dagger
I was like,
that
no.
plays-
A flute. I don't know. I guess
Also there. But
I'll
no,
tell
don't-
them.
Estrella and Kellendry are just right behind Grim. We're just letting it happen.
Okay, I'm like looking for a specific dagger. And also we're trying to see if we can settle disagreements among the two areas, whatever it's called.
Yeah, there's like a war or something.
Yeah, there's something about a war, but we're looking for a dagger.
That doesn't sound terrible.
But
Two,
anyways, the
uh,
war can go sit over there. We're looking for a dagger.
Anyway, the two highborns stop in their tracks, and they turn to you as one, but only Lady Fair speaks. It is interesting to me that you put it in that order. You seek the dagger of Thunrar, the dragon flute. Why?
'Cause
Perhaps another other than Grim would speak. And we
Estrella
know your minds.
step up and kind of, without going into too much detail, explain that we're trying to stop this whole convergence of realms. And that's just part of the quest we're on right now. But we're hoping to help fix this and get everyone back where they need to go. And also with the war.
And peace talk.
And also the war.
yeah, we keep throwing that at the end. It's not gonna sound good.
Yeah, but it's funnier the more we say it now.
And you, Kelladry, what brings you to my shores?
We're hoping to help with the world's coming together. We're trying to solve a mystery and solve a problem at the same time. But yeah, so what kind of problems are you experiencing right now because of the world shifting?
Kellendry is
I
much better
appreciate-
spoken, so me and Grim are now gonna stand behind her.
Oh, shit, I don't know what it's
I'm just walking away at this point.
Lady Fair pulls Kelladry up to stand next to her, and you see that her and Kellen just sort of part a little bit to allow Kelladry in between as they continue walking, as the two of you have put her forth as your new ambassador for this. And Kelladry, Lady Fair looks at you and she goes, I appreciate the concern that you are showing to my people. I can tell you that we have lost many lives in the convergence. Not all of us have made it over, and we fear that those who did not are lost to us forever. We too seek a way to stop this from happening, and it is why we have erected a temple to Lord Thunrar, the god of all dragons, the father of Tiamat herself, the bringer of the world. We figure if there's anyone who can solve this problem, it would be him. If we were just able to speak to him, even for a little time, we believe he could set things right. Do you know of Thunrar, Kelladry?
Yes, we've heard of him. Have you had any, since you need to speak with him, have you had any contact with him before now? Or do you just know of him?
We know of him in our legends, in the writings and historical texts passed down through the generations of highborn dragons. we have kept the faith. We have worshipped his daughter Tiamat as the bringer of the world and have sought her face many times. She has gone silent as of late, but the father we have never spoken with. It is to go past the daughter to seek the father, but I fear we have no other choice.
Well, you sound like a very faithful, loyal people. We'll have to, maybe my party and we can discuss and see if we can come up with anything to help you along in this, to get in contact with Honrar. Buy us some time.
I appreciate this greatly. Tell me, you have heard of Thonra. How? We did not know that his name spread far beyond the dragons. You do not have dragon lineage.
Leah has a lot of notes.
I remember when we came across them. What does Kelliger you remember? Because was it Hiccup told us about Thonrar?
Well, Tanmar is Thun Kal, which is also
Mhm.
Thonis.
I'm still trying to keep everything, all the
Anything that started with Thon is Thonis.
okay, it's honest, okay. Well, I'll just say we've come upon him in our travels, in our many adventures.
Are you trying to deceive her and hold back information, or like what is your intention behind this?
No, I'm just scrambling to remember details.
well, because
be honest,
Keldri's never actually met
'Cause
Thun.
I never, I don't
Yep.
think so.
Wait, we never
He's
went
seen
to
him
the
in
tavern?
visions.
Yeah, I've seen it.
Not with
No,
her.
she has not gone to the tavern.
She has not been to the tavern yet.
I
Yeah.
forget who's been there and who hasn't.
So maybe Keldry can gesture behind her and say, I've heard from my companions, maybe they can expound.
Yeah, we could definitely say that we talked it over on the boat or something, so you know what's going on a little bit more. A bit more.
A little bit more. Interesting. So you have not met with Thunrar, have you?
I have not, no.
You say this as if others in your party have. Tell me, Estrella, Grim,
Huh.
have you spoken with the High God Thunrar?
That might have been a thing that we have done.
Before we answer that, Melissa, can I do I don't know, Chris, I don't know what check this is. Can I vibe check to see if we can trust this person and share this information?
That would be insight. That would be an insight.
No, that's gonna be a new check.
Now.
I was like, can we make that a check? Because I've always been like, can we
I never checked to ask for, and so if I ask for a vibe check, Chris is gonna tell me how to vibe check, okay?
That's true. I asked him weird stuff and he's like, okay, do this one and this one.
Yep. Roll insight for me and let's see what you think.
Oh, can I add to it?
No, unless you want to do your own check.
Okay, I want to do my own check.
All right.
I want to vibe myself. God.
Right, is it Kelligy's grandmother? Wait, I'm sorry, we're moving a little slow tonight.
You're
You're
good.
good.
Is she the patron of Thonrar? Dawson?
The Night Mother. She's known as the Night Mother.
Yeah.
And she's a
Nightfall.
yeah, she would be a patron. Yes, a patron of his.
I don't know how to explain that.
What was that, Melissa?
I got 16.
Okay, and what's Estrella got? 21? Nice. All right. So Grim, here's what you notice first. Rather than really focusing on Fair, you focus on Kellen. your eyes are just drawn to him. And you notice that he has been staring at you the whole time. And his eyes have never left. And he doesn't blink. He just stares. And after a while, you start to realize that he's not actually looking at you, but through you. As if he senses something more about you, presence, maybe even Alexander.
Oh.
And it's put Kellen on edge. You sense that from him.
Okay.
Estrella, as you stayed steady, Lady Fair, you feel a sense of calm and certainty about her. She is not hiding anything, and every time she speaks, she is to the truth. What you also sense is that she is asking more questions than answering questions. And you start to notice that there may be a running tally going where for every answer that the party has gotten from her, she's asked 2 or 3 more questions on top of that, as if it just feels like a little bit of an interrogation, if you will.
I agree. She asked too many questions all at once. I was like,
Okay, then she asked if we had ever
why
met.
did
Yes.
Right.
What if we ask her?
Um,
Is he significant to her? I don't know.
Well,
Because
yeah.
he came
Oh,
from
yeah.
dragon people, so
So I want to answer in a way that's not. Hold on. I want to answer it in a way that's not lying, but I don't want to give her. I don't want to show her my hand yet.
Make it a riddle.
I like this. I like this very
make
much.
it a riddle.
I can't do that.
Stinks it up.
Answer me these riddles 3.
Your creepy old lady voice is spot on.
Oh, I have my like medical journal and oh no. Oh, what happened to our laptop? Oh no, hold on, sorry, everything just went black. Okay.
Okay. It was
Oh
That
no,
was
you're still there. You're still there.
I thought it was the end of the world. I still have my book on me from like the whole plague and the boar and everything, right? Where I was like taking notes with that one lady.
Sure. Yeah.
Yeah, sure. Keep that in my pocket. It's a full-size book, it's fine. I kind of want to answer her question and then segue into it and tell her that
Okay.
we've heard of him, and no, I'm gonna say that. I'm gonna say that we have reason to believe that he could be the answer to ending this. And we've been traveling, and we kind of got dumped out here and found out about this war, and and did you guys experience like a really weird plague? And then I'm gonna show her like my drawings of the plague just to kind of like divert that question because I don't know how to answer that anymore.
Oh wow, that's a deep cut.
Hey, look at distraction.
Roll deception with advantage.
Oh, thank you
I'm just so
much.
I'm just so nervous.
I'm just so nervous. I never know if I should tell people things.
You right.
Well, things?
What's the worst that could happen?
Terrible
I know
things.
she keeps asking us questions, but she never answers anything I ask. Well, she answered a couple.
That's a 16.
16? Okay. All right, let's see what happens here with this.
Okay.
I'm waiting for everybody to stop freezing because I think I have unstable connection right now.
That's crazy. What?
Lord Verizian, do you connect, please?
Damn. You see Dawson's post?
Oh man.
I'm lying.
I was
You'll be
like,
good.
wait, why is that? What is happening? And then he wrote
Okay.
It's accurate.
It is accurate. So here, look. 16.
Sorry.
She takes the book and looks at it. Interesting. No, we have not experienced any plagues in our time. And she closes the book and hands it back to you. If you'll follow me, please.
Okay.
And continues moving now at a faster pace into an alcove that leads into the castle.
She a little testy.
Don't do it. Don't.
Oh wait.
Hiccup kind of comes up behind you and goes, "Oh, how's it going? Talking with Lady Fair and Lord Kellen. Is all good? Everything okay? Things got really quiet and kind of cold. I can feel it in my leg. Weird."
Why'd you leave us alone with her?
For real. Suggested our
Sorry, sheesh. Okay, man. I just thought you'd want to have a moment to talk with her without Hiccup bothering. All right, fine. I won't leave you alone. Good.
She's a little
grief.
intense.
Yeah.
All right, come on.
Well, you
Let's
met
keep
her.
up.
And you don't
You-
know her. She's a little sus.
Yeah, Chris, you've taught us to be too suspicious. Can I do an Arcana check to make sure there's no traps?
Oh,
Yes,
the
you
tunnel.
can.
I wanna check the tunnel.
Go ahead. You can. Yeah, go ahead.
Sacred tunnel.
Kelly, is there any kind of a check you want to do to ease your suspicions?
We all look at each other and we're all just like, Arcana check.
Sussy baka.
Rely on my teammates for their insight.
Am I
You
doing
can
insight?
roll perception, Kelladry.
Am I doing insight?
You can do Arcana. You can do Insight, whichever you want to do. And I know Emily's doing Arcana, right?
14.
14 on Arcana. Okay.
I got a 15.
15 on Perception, and the last one, Grim.
I guess I will do insight.
Sure, you can do Insight. Yeah.
I got 18.
18. All y'all super perceptively, insightfully arcanic. Nice. All of you are on edge, and Hiccup starts to like, whoa, what happened? Holy shit, like stuff changed. Because the three of you just like go into battle mode. And you start to walk in a way where you're not like back to back like a triangle, but you're moving into that position where Kelladry is taking lead and looking forward and looking around each space that you go into. Estrella has taken a step back and is extending herself out with her arcanic abilities and is trying to feel the space, the magic the eddies that flow and move throughout it. And Grim, you're right in between the two of them, half magic, half sight, and really trying to see what is this place about. And Hiccup is just like, the hell, what happened? Holy shit. Lady Fair and have moved. See them, you can catch up to them, but they're a good distance away. Conversations, they wouldn't immediately hear you. That's basically what I'm saying.
Cool.
Here's what you notice as you step into the castle. Immediately, Estrella, you are overwhelmed with the power of this ancient magic that envelops this place. And you see that some of the brightest features in here are Lady Fair and Lord Kellen. They shine the brightest amongst all of the magical items and people that you see, because inside of this castle, they're still filled with dragonborn and lizard folk, but they're different from the people outside. They're dressed in robes. You sense from them arcanic energies. These are the mages and the sorcerers and the warlocks. All of the magic wielders live inside the castle, and all of them are attuned to one draconic energy source, and it is powerful. And you can feel it envelop the island, and you can feel that it doesn't really like you. or really anybody in the party. You're not exactly welcome here. But again, those energies really focus on the two, the Lord and the lady in front of you.
Fun.
Kelly, you notice that all eyes immediately snap to you, even though nobody's head turns, nobody stops their conversations, but you can just see eyes just shift towards you and then look away. And you can see people become aware of you, the same way that you've noticed animals when you would go hunting, or the way you would interpret the different aliens that you encountered in Nar Shaddaa. The body language changes as your party walks through this place. Everyone's bristling. There's a sense of almost anger and uncertainty about them. They're not easy with you being here. And Grim, you can feel Alexander just sort of tapping your shoulder nervously. Not that he's trying to get your attention, but that if he was walking next to you, he's like ticking, just like a little tick. And it's just like tapping on your shoulder, like, oh shit.
Like
shit,
he's
shit.
uneasy, letting me know.
Yep. Yep. He's not comfortable here in this place. And if you tune into him for just a minute, which I imagine you would tune into him, yes?
Yeah.
You just hear his voice kind of whisper into your ear. There's something powerful here. I like it. And it doesn't like me. And I think it's your friend in front of us. And he references Lord Kellen.
He has been looking at me a little sus. So, what do you think we should do?
I think he can see me, for starters. His
You know each other?
eyes are... No, I do not know him, but his eyes can see into other realms. Clearly his vision is enhanced, plainer sight. He can see in the realm that I exist in. That much is sure. I have locked eyes with him for the past 10 minutes. As far as what you should do, you need to keep going, and you need to find this flute. And we need to find the source of this power and deal with it if we are to have any hope of dealing with the realms. I sense there are answers here, Grim. Keep
Say that-
pressing. I
say that
sense there are answers.
Oh,
There are answers here, Grim. Can you hear me over Lord Verizian? I'm so sorry. The connection's breaking up, Grim.
the
Can you hear me
demons
now?
were blocking the signals. I couldn't hear. Damn demons. Okay, yeah, I got you. So stay away from him. Can I do while we're walking? Ooh, can I kind of see where he's getting his power from with a religion check? Or
I'd still make that an Arcana check.
or
I would make it an Arcana check. So you want to see where Kellen's power comes from. Like if he's got a
Drawn.
patron, something like, yeah, if he's drawn, sure. Do an Arcana check, and you can check that.
19.
As you sort of reach out, both Kellen and Lady Fair stop, and they turn, and they both look at you.
Oh.
And you can instantly tell that the source of the magic is them.
Oh.
It's
Hello.
yeah, they're not pulling from anywhere else. The other sorcerers and mages are pulling from them.
Feel unsafe.
Okay. What if we
Hiccup.
I'll just be like,
So is there anything you all want to talk about before you kind of catch up to them? Because Hiccup's like, hey, come on, we shouldn't fall too far behind. We got some negotiating to do, negotiating's what we're here for. I'll shut up now.
I guess we'll just, I'll catch up to them, even though they're staring at me. And just wave awkwardly.
I feel like I don't want to talk with them all looking at us, so maybe we just catch up.
Yeah.
Yeah, because they're not going to get less angry if we're sitting here chatting.
Hey, Zuko here. So you all approach. Cool. The Lord and Lady each grill all of you with their stare, from one to the other to the other. And for the first time, you hear Lord Kellen speak.
He can speak.
Continue up the stairs.
I think we found out why he doesn't speak.
And you see Lady Fair and Lord Kellen each move to the left and right. And you notice that this staircase that they were sort of leading you up, that you were approaching, has two kind of side exits, if you will, that split off from the main group. And they each go their own separate ways, open and close their doors, and you hear them latch shut. Well, that was weird. Guys, what the hell? What did you do? What did you say? I was gone for like a few minutes, and then I've never seen them get that weird.
Weird.
Obviously, we're not good with people skills.
Yes, suck at talking to dragons. That's what you are. Look, okay, I'll lead it from here on. Just follow me. We're gonna go up the stairs and talk to the shit, guys. Come on, get it together. And you just see Hiccup just make his way up the staircase.
Okay, I follow after him.
And you all follow. Farther and farther. Follow up. You all enter this main chamber. At the top of the stairs, you pass through an archway into this circular chamber, and you notice that this chamber has a spire. There's like two spires that go up into the ceiling and out into the open air. And from above, you see the flapping of wings.
Oh, great.
And you watch as the white and green dragons lower through the spire, and you realize just how big it is that it can accommodate their wingspan as they perch on two large kind of stone. It's like a bird perch, but it's made of stone for dragons. It's huge, but it looks like there are birds just kind of roosting up there, but it's very ceremonial with carvings and etchings, as if there is a story that takes place upon this perch. And at the center, where the two dragons and this kind of carving meets, there is a throne made of bone. And upon it sits a figure clad in armor. The armor itself is of dragon scale origin. The figure is large, easily 6.5 feet tall. And as they rise up off of the throne, you can see that behind them trails a dark red cape, but the cape seems as if it is drenched in blood rather than dyed red.
No.
Cool.
You guys thought we were the ones in trouble.
Everyone, this is Her Majesty, the Dragon Queen. Oh, and you just watch him get really low as he bows
Oh,
to
so-
her.
I'm so low immediately.
Oh, I was like, I'm not taking my eyes off of them to bow. I'm just gonna kind of,
Yeah.
but like still looking right at them.
Nice, nice.
Uh-oh.
I'm gonna give a respectful bow.
I got your back because you're bowing.
You watch the Dragon Queen nod slightly. Her helmet is one that goes up into a crown, looking like everything is made of iron on her. Just these kind of spiked spires that go around her head into this knight's mask. But you can hear her voice clearly as she speaks. Why have you brought to me these people? Well, I thought they could help in our talks with King Fafnir and also about Thunrar and how we can deal with the convergence of realms. And you think these people here know about that?
Yeah,
Is that what you do, Graham? You just kind of I'm taking all of your gestures as like in story. You are doing this.
Yes, I'm usually need to do it as the person. I'm just
I
like,
love it. Love it. Interesting. What makes the three of you think that I care what you have to say?
I mean, you might not.
I
I can't make you care.
like them, Hiccup. I sense spirit in them. Perhaps maybe we can proceed with negotiations. I was hoping we could. Everybody, say hi to my mom.
Huh? Sorry, what?
Say hi to my mom.
Hello, Hiccup's mother.
Oh my
And we
God.
cut to
Why don't you tell us the secret?
the Dwarven Kingdom. One last time. We will end our night with the trial by stone. King Fafnir has moved to a position 10 paces back, his armor heaving with each breath that he takes. There is venom in his voice as he spoke to you. Fire that breathes down his long beard. And now the daughter, Princess Astoria, looks to you, Mud. Well, Giant, wrong voice. Well, Giant, are you ready?
No, I'm just kidding. Yes, I'm
You
as
better,
you are.
you better hit this thing with all that you've got because our lives depend on it. My father is not kidding. He will kill us.
I'm gonna use my brackets on this
On the count of 3 then.
one. Okay.
So she just lines up her hammer and raises it. 1. You
I'll do it with her, sure.
2. She pulls back, and you hear this enormous cry come from her just diaphragm, just this. And she rolls. We'll find out what she rolls, but she gives it everything that she can give to hit this iron. And you can see actual fear in her eyes as she makes contact with it. Mud, how are you doing this?
I'm going to try to make it as pretty much lean as far back as I can and give it as much torque as I can and like right at the halfway mark, after your torque starts to die out, I'm gonna flip the rockets on and just power through.
Okay. Are you using one or all three charges of the rocket?
Oh shit, I'm doing all three.
All three charges. Ignite the afterburners. All right. Roll your damage.
But like how?
So the rockets add for each rocket there is
D6.
a d6 that it adds.
So 3d6s
Three.
plus the 2 that I already have. Or do you want to just add that to a straight d20 roll?
It's gonna be a d20 plus
Oh.
your athletics,
And then the other d6.
and then 3 d6s on top of it.
Okay, cool. Okay, cool. Ooh. Okay, 18 plus 9.
That would be 26. No,
No, 27. And then 8. Oh, just one more. 12 plus 12.
27 plus 12 is 39.
Yes. 39.
The princess does a nat 20 plus what she adds to hers, giving her a 30 with this hit because she has a 10 to her strength. The two of you are like two sides of this enormous pair of hammered scissors, like tongs coming together on either side of this iron piece. And as your hammers make contact, there is a moment of silence as the hit is so strong that at first no one's sure what happened. And then you feel this rumble throughout the ground. And you hear this as the metal just reverberates throughout the cavern until it reaches a deafening roar. And the whole cavern starts to vibrate with the strength of this hit. And the two of you are screaming on top of this roar and just holding your hammers against the stone. And as you pull away, you watch as the piece that the both of you hit cracks and falls to the ground. Underneath this iron outer shell, a bright purple glow emanates. Stronger than anywhere else in the caverns that you've seen before. The purest, strongest vein of this purple shard. And you can see it just underneath this iron. And you hear Fafnir start to laugh. Yes, yes. You have shown yourselves worthy of the stone. And finally, after nearly a century, we have cracked that iron casing to get to the arcane stone beneath it. Oh, well done, daughter. You have brought the right people to our clan. Lady Mud and the rest of your party are welcome amongst these halls. High King Fafnir decrees it. But, oh, the misery. Everybody wants to be my hand. That's all I play.
It took me a minute, to be honest. I was like, wait, what? He starts
That's where the song would pick up and go if the internet was doing anything. So that will end our session tonight. Our
But
weird internet crappy session. Thank you all for bearing with us.